a new video. Today we've got a Nürburgring blast. We're going to have to do it slightly different though today, as I was having some sort of bug where RaceRoom will crash anytime OBS was recording at the same time and I was driving. So what I've had to do is record my replay lap from the POV, and then I'm going to voice over afterwards, so hopefully you guys don't mind. But anyway, today's lap, we're taking the latest DTM cars around the Nordschleife. So that is the DTM 2016 cars in RaceRoom, and I have to say these cars are a riot to drive, really good fun to drive, and it's quite nice with having DRS. So I was trying to get DRS in everywhere that I could, so it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the lap time, because it definitely increases the speed and acceleration, means the car tops out a little bit quicker, and also it makes the front very nervous and the rear very slidey as the aero balance moves to the front. So enough talking, let's get to the lap and I'll do a post-lap commentary. So going into the lap, going to start it. I will try and wind it up as much as possible. We've done it out lap. Second gear for the final corner, and then on the power as hard as possible, up across the start finish line, almost fourth gear, and then back down to second. And a little bit of lock of the brakes here, there, and then get on the power as early as possible. Car really sticks once the aero grip builds up. And then here, fifth gear, and completely flat out, easily flat. We're already up to sixth. Trying to brake as late as possible, take down 3 gears, down to third, and then just try and straighten up and take the line of least resistance through here. Down 1 more gear just to get the nose to turn in. On the power, we'll hold third and brake early to try and focus on the exit here. Right, now off towards the Flungplatz. We're going to try and use DRS for the first time. You hear it just there, and the little green box turns to red. And we'll try and keep it under control as we go up towards Flungplatz. Close it, because you're going to lose the rear end if you keep that open across here. Across the top of Flungplatz, and then we're completely flat out still. Did consider using the DRS again here, but we're already quite close to the limiter. The limiter is at 261, 260 kph, so no need. And then flat out through that left hander, easily flat, and then hard on the brakes, down 3 gears, a little lock of the brakes on the unloaded inside right, and then back on the power, down through the foxholes. Again, could have opened DRS going down here, but it just makes the car so nervous, and the risk of a crash is just increased. Flat out through the compression there, and then flat out over the top, and then down 2 gears, straighten up the car, squirt power, and then down 2 gears. Now the car gets quite nervous as the aero load comes off it just here, and then once we can see the exit there, we'll go back on the power, opening up DRS in 3rd gear already, and just trying to take as straight a line as possible. Try not to unsettle the car, close it before we get to this quick left-hander, which again is flat out in this car, and then hard on the brakes, down 3 gears, slight lock again, try and stay to the left to avoid the car on the right, and then braking downhill, we'll hold 3rd, have to be patient here, and then get on the power, use the curbs and just hold the slide. Off through this quick fast chicane, again completely flat, 5th gear, dab a brake, wait for the front to come to us, and then back on the power. This car was horrendously fast. Slight lock of the brakes here, have to be careful you don't lock up the rears as well. I have to say, I was thinking this car was going to do a lap time around about a 7 minute, and it was faster than that, you'll see at the end. Down to 3rd, again a little bit of a DRS there, up to 4th, and then back down to 3rd for this uphill right-hander. And then once we've got it straight, we'll open DRS again and just allow that car to accelerate a little bit quicker. So up to the fast left-hander, we'll have to close DRS as we fly through it, and then as deep as we can, down to 3rd, again a slight lock of the brakes, and then back on the power. Locking the brakes in this car doesn't seem to lose you too much time. Right, on the power, up the hill, did try open DRS on a couple of practice laps here, and you could do it, but it just wasn't worth the risk. Just waiting for the slightly straighter section here, and there we go, you can hear the noise of the DRS as it opens out. You can see the car immediately start to get quite nervous. Close it before we go to the right hander, and then this left hander here, completely flat, 6th gear, just turn it in and the car just sticks. The car's still accelerating as we go towards the carousel section, late on the brakes just as we come to the rise, down to 2nd gear, and then slowly on the power, there we go, and then up a couple more gears. Right, carousel, you have to really get one wheel on the concrete and one wheel off the concrete, which in real life can damage your differential, because if you stay all on the concrete like in real life, the car actually bottoms out. So that's quite interesting. Very low car here. So right off into the roller coaster section, up the hill, I'm going to take it easy down to 4th and then down to 3rd just as we go over the rise here. Try and get that nose in right on the power. So this section here, car's not quite as fast as you think. It felt like at first you could take this section here in 5th, but ideally you really need to go down to 4th. Trying to hold good minimum speed up over these rises while not going out too far. Again, this left hand is deceptively tight. It's taken 4th, probably best to go down to 3rd. And then we're up to Brunchen or YouTube corner. Hold 3rd, hit the curb there, didn't want to do that. You can see it just pushed us out wide and we end up a bit too far out. Down to 3rd, try and get the nose in and then use that curb on the exit. Up over the rise and then down through the dips here. Using all the gears. We're already up to 6th and then down to 5th, flick it in, get back on the power. Watch that, the car load up with aero power. Up over this rise here and then clip the curb here and it just raises the nose there, which is a bit scary, but we're flat out over these uneven sections here and now we're nearly there to the end of the lap. So braking down 1 gear, you could do that corner flat out, but it will just compromise this corner too much. Should have gone to 3rd maybe there, but ended up in 4th. 3rd for the final carousel, back on the power and then up towards the final corner before Dossinger Hurt. Hold 4th and then try and keep on the power and get as good as an exit as possible. Open the DRS as soon as possible. There we go. Before we've even got the car fully straight. Now the car should easily bounce into the limiter down here with DRS. And what we're going to try and do is stay to the left initially and then slowly blend to the right hand side so we can try and go for the corner after the Philstein bridge completely flat out. So you can see there 260 kph, pretty much at the limiter. Remember, Nürburgring Blast is default setup, so we could have made the final drive a bit longer to help down here, but that would have been against the rules. So flat out through there, we're going to close the DRS before we get to the final flat out chicane, and then as late as possible on the brakes. There we go, nice, down to 2nd, and then spot the braking zone for the final corner, get the nose in, back on the power, and head towards the line. And there we go. So that was, you'll see the leaderboard in a second. Actually, I believe a 6-minute 23-second lap. So a lot faster than I thought it would be. A really fast lap time, to be fair. So if you like this, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. But if you're going to dislike it, let me know in the comments why, and I'll try to make it better. If you enjoyed this, we do this every week, and put a comment down below what car you would like to see. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.